Hey there, and welcome to MTG Meow, Magic Enjoyed Other Ways.
Meow.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Abbey.
And today we'll be doing our final foray into the Clockwood custom Magic set by doing a draft with it.
Yes.
So as we said before, when the sealed videos, we'll be doing the draft in Magic Set Editor as well because we want to be able to have access to the snow-covered lands, which weren't in the original set.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some pros and cons to drafting in Magic Set Editor, and we'll be doing it here in the random tab. And the pros are, as opposed to doing it on Plane Sculptors, where we got these amazing mythics and rares like 5th, 6th, and a last pick.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen here because we specifically specify how many rares and uncommons and commons are in each pack. However, one of the cons of doing it here is that we won't get stuff back on the wheel, so that way if we have like 2 picks and the first pack that we're kind of like going between, we can't be like, oh, well, maybe we'll wheel the other one. That's not going to happen. Every single pack is going to be random.
Yeah. Personally, I like the other way, but this way is fine too.
I love the interface on Plane Sculptors, and it is kind of funny to get like a lot of late rares, but it doesn't make for quite an accurate drafting experience if you were to be drafting it with your friends or whatever. So.
Well, I don't think either one is that accurate.
Right. Neither are that accurate. They both have pros and cons, but we'll be doing this one today, so you can see what it's like if you've never tried it out, and maybe you can try it yourself. So we'll also only be doing 9 commons per pack, just because since every single pack is individually generated, you tend to get premium commons a lot later than you would, and just having fewer commons in the pack helps to mitigate that as much as possible. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and start this draft. So before we get into it, let's talk just a quick bit of strategy. So far I've been destroying you in all of these Clockwood matches. The first time I destroyed you was with the Timber, kind of aggressive red-green deck. The second time was with the blue-black, I think blue-black-white Relive control deck, and then the third time was in the sealed matches when I had like the Naya populate deck. So it seems like this set is wide open for strategies, anything from super aggro to more mid-range to more even controlling. So I think we're just gonna, whatever seems open, we're just gonna draft and we'll go from there. What do you think, Abby?
I think that's a good idea.
Let's go ahead and generate pack 1, pick 1 and see what happens.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's take a look at our rare. We got, Bleeding Earth. So each land you sacrifice while casting the spell pays for 1. Bleeding Earth deals X damage to target creature player. That's an incredibly powerful spell.
That's a really good card.
Because if you just cast it for 5 and then sacrifice 5 lands, you're going to lose 5 lands, but if your opponent's at 10 life, they're dead. It's because each land pays for 1, that's 5 right there, and then you tap them to deal 5 more, so boom. That seems like the pick here. Let's take a look at what the uncommons are, though, just so we can get a good look. Igloo. Whenever snow permanent enters the battlefield, put an ice counter. Spells your opponent's cast the target. Okay, whatever. That's way too much work to make good. Lantern Liege, very good card. So if we were playing this, in real life, I'd say, I hope this wheels, but it's not going to wheel, and even in real life, it probably wouldn't wheel. This card's kind of insane. It probably shouldn't be able to block or should enter battlefield tapped or something like that. Then we have Rolling Boulders. Whenever a land card is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, deals 2 damage. Again, that works really well with this.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'd love to get it on the wheel, but if we're going for like a Timber card, I think this one's just better. And for the commons, we have Beatrix's Envoy, Fall Devil, Flourish, Gather Firewood, Patchwork Zombie, Snowy Owl, Spite Sprite,
blah, blah,
Sugar
blah.
Plum Fairy, and Turk Revolter. It's going to be Bleeding Earth. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy and paste our picks into this other Magic Set Editor file here, and we'll go to our next pick. Alright, so for our next pick here, we have another rare. What do we have? We have, Pumpkin Patch.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's the black and red version of Grove of the Burn Willows. As we said before, the creator decided to take that set and take that theme and make a whole cycle out of it. So it's fine. I don't think we're going to second pick it, though. What do we have for our uncommons? We have Go Mad. This card, it's probably a little bit better than we said in our sealed, because worst comes to worst, it's a black or red removal spell that kills most creatures as long as their power is equal or greater than their toughness. And if it's white, then we just get a bonus on top of that.
Yeah.
So it's a sorcery, but whatever. Then we have Monster Mash, create a 2/2 black zombie with Gravestorm.
Ooh.
So you have to keep in mind that we have, if we do get a lot of Timber synergies and get lots of lands in our graveyard, then maybe Gravestorm synergies
Yeah,
would be
Monster
good.
Mash would be excellent there.
But I think Go Mad is just going to be better because this keeps us open for black and red, and it's just a straight-up removal spell, whereas this one could be great if we have a lot of synergies, but this one's just going to be solid all the time, and we'll always include it. But let's see what else we have. We have Death Toller, sure, Howl of Spring, create a 2/2 wolf, then populate. That's not bad. Impermanence, Moondance, Patchwork Zombie, Spite Sprite, and go Springland Stag, TikToker, Winter Wonderland, and that's it. So I think this is an easy go mad here. What do you think, Abby?
I don't know. I kind of like Monster Mash better.
Yeah, it puts us in another color right away. And if we're gonna be Timber, then we might be green-red, and we can still play this if we're gonna be green-red.
Yeah, but Monster Mash has such a good synergy with Timber.
Well, we'll see. I'm gonna go with this one because I just think
your hand is on the mouse.
So, all right, let's go to the next pick. Alright, so for this pick, let's see what we have for our uncommons. We have Bouncing Bumble, very nice, and Clockwood Guardian. Enters the battlefield with 4+1/+1 counters on it. When it dies, put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of... Wow.
That's like Arcbound Ravager.
It's like Arc, it's not as broken, but yeah, I mean, I was expecting this to be whenever it attacks or blocks, remove a counter from it, but this is just a 4/4 for 4 with upside, basically. So, I mean, if we can put more counters on it somehow, that seems great. Yeah, this seems fantastic. So, let's take a look what else we got. We got Blizzard Wizard, Howl of Spring, Impermanence, Snow-Covered Forest, Snow-Covered Waste, Snowy Owl, Spring Breeze, Stoic Builder, Wise Wolf. Yeah, I think this is just going to be Clockwork Guardian. Are we reading this right? When it dies, put X plus counters on creature you control. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're...
That seems great. Just a 4-mana 4/4 with upside, goes in any deck.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Alright, let's go to our next pick. Last uncommon is Frost Fairy. Whenever snow permanent enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1. Alright, we need to be heavy snow for that, and right now it's not looking like we're going to be heavy
we don't
snow,
have any snow.
So I don't want to go into that for this. Centaur Apothecary, Winter Wisp, Cold Truth, Death Toller, Grief Keeper. Enters the battlefield tapped, and you can relive it. That's kind of interesting. So if you have, like, sacrifice synergy, no, if you have like death synergies or something, I guess it's kind of okay. Lost Hours, Cower, Timberhorn, Frost Fairy, and Turkery Vulture. So, I mean, I'm not really impressed with most of the stuff here, but Timberhorn, if we can get a lot of Timber synergies, is very good.
Yeah, Timberhorn's fantastic.
And it seems like we're going to be building toward an aggressive deck here, maybe topping out at like 4 and just have Bleeding Earth in case we flood out or something. So the other card is like Turkery Vulture, but this is so mediocre that I'm just not that interested. So I think let's go with Timberhorn, see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next pick. All right, we have Oaklaw's Reindeer, Night Sky Scribe, Sugar Plum Fairy, Stroke of Midnight. Put the top 12 cards of your library into your graveyard. So that's a very interesting card, especially at common. I'm not really sure why. It's like you'd expect this to maybe turn on Gravestorm, but Gravestorm only counts permanents that go to the graveyard, not cards from your library, so it doesn't really turn that on. So I mean, there's a couple small synergies that this works with, but I don't really know. We'll have to keep in mind what the synergies could be as we continue going through the set. Centaur Bloom, make it 3/3, good with Populate.
It bloomed!
Yes. Eternal Journey, good if we're playing blue. Frighten.
Oh, Frighten's good.
Frighten is good. It's just, at worst, it's a sorcery speed disfigure, and, you know, you can also just make a bigger creature not be able to block, get around. Squirrel Around.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
also a good one. And Time Shift. So this is going to be between Frighten
and Squirrel Around.
Not Squirrel Around.
Look at that art!
Yeah, it's cute, but I mean, we're not really interested in populating with what we have. Right
Fine.
now. So it's going to be either Frighten or Eternal Journey, but I don't think we're going to be playing blue, and we don't really have a reason to do that yet.
Yeah.
I mean, Centaur Bloom's also good, but I think we're just going to take Frighten.
Yeah, Frighten's just seems better in this
pick. Be happy with it. Alright, so then we have to do pick 6, go down to 8 commons, and we generate the pack. Centaur Apothecary, Cellar of Songbirds, No Escape, that's a decent removal spell.
Yeah, that was good.
Another Timberhorn, Gather Firewood, Icicle Shards, Snowkin's Storyteller, and Underbrush Boar, 3 mana, 3/2. So this is going to be between No Escape and Timberhorn.
What about Gather Firewood? I mean, that sets off Timber, does it not?
Well, it's destroy target land for 4 mana, and Timber only triggers on your own lands, so it's not that great.
Oh, okay.
So taking a look at what we have here, we're mono red right now. We might not even need to go black. I mean, black is obviously what we want for Frighten. So maybe we just want to take another Timberhorn here because we might not end up playing black. We might go green for more Timber synergies. So I think we should probably just take the Timberhorn here. What do you think?
I'm always down for Timberhorn.
All right. So let's do that.
I always think that's a good pick.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because we want to pick the more powerful spell, and there's and the black removal spell is pretty good, but we're not necessarily black yet. So let's see how it goes from here. All right. So next pick we have Impermanence, Night Sky Scribe, Spite Sprite, Goblin Pathcutter, Mountain Bear, Time Shift, and Snow Covered Forest. So here, Mountain Bear, we're not green. This is double green. Goblin Pathcutter, though, is good if we're going to go green. Spite Sprite seems just completely medium if we're going black. So it's this one, to me, seems like it's going to be between Spite Sprite and Goblin Pathcutter. I think we just have to take the Pathcutter because the upside is so much higher if we go green with all of our timber creatures.
Exactly.
So we'll do that. Let's go to the next pick. All right, so in this one we have Snow Bunny, Chronicle. We've kind of that ship has sailed on Snow Bunnies. Fate Foreshadow. Okay, that's a decent removal spell. It's double black though. Wise Wolf, Deadly Prank, and Chromatic Egg. So I'm not really a fan of Chromatic Egg. It's the card disadvantage. It only gives you that color.
Yeah, it's a lesser chromatic star.
So I'd say it's between Deadly Prank and Fate Foreshadowed. I think we're gonna go with Deadly Prank.
Deadly Prank uses both of our colors that we've got, and it does +3, -3. So.
Yeah, I mean...
So, it's an insta-kill for some creatures.
And it's just going to be easier to cast. The Scry 2 is nice on Fate Foreshadowed, but just having the easier to cast one, I think, will be good if we go black.
Exactly. And I'm an aggressive deck player, so I'm not really into that Scry stuff, but...
Fair enough. All right, Fall Devil. Sack a creature, gives it +2/+0. Good if you have a lot of Jack-o'-lanterns. Moonglow.
Oh, Moonglow messed me up so hard.
I don't think we played it correctly, but yeah, it's good. Field Keeper, just a 2/1, and a Snow-Covered Forest and Snow-Covered Waste. Ugh, this isn't a great pack.
Yeah,
so
it's disgusting. In a bad way.
It's basically between Fall Devil or the Snow-Covered Forest, in case we have any, snow synergies. I don't think we're going to have any snow synergies in the colors that we are, though.
Yeah, it's always good to have a 1-drop, so I would go with the Devil.
If we're going to be aggressive, then... And we might, and since we're red and black, we might get... potentially red and black, we might get some Jack-o'-lantern synergies.
Exactly.
And if we can get a lot of Jack-o'-lanterns, this guy gets actually pretty good. All right, let's go to the next pick. So we have Gelid Shackles, Twinkle, Lost Hours, and North Winds. The only card we'd even play is Lost Hours, so let's take that. Let's go to the next pick. Getting down to the dregs here.
Yeah.
But whatever, gotta keep picking. Love in the Air, Eternal Journey.
Hey, it came back.
It quote-unquote came back. So let's take this Turkery Vulture.
Hey.
It's certainly Eternal Journey is better than Turkery Vulture, but we only have a chance of... We're definitely not going to play that right now. Yeah. So, all right, we have 4C and Springland Stag.
Springland Stag.
Yeah, there's a small chance if we go green, but I hope we don't play it. And we get our last pick, which is... Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Hey, Fall Devil.
Hey, at least it's a playable.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's a 1-drop.
So let's reset this. All right, nice. So let's take a look at where we are right now. So we're mostly red. We have a lot of red.
Yes.
And we have these can all be played even if we don't go black. And we have Deadly Prank for black and Lost Hours. Lost Hours is fine, whatever. So we're definitely hoping to play red and maybe black. But if we open up a bomb in a different color, then we could go ahead and play that color.
Exactly.
So we're in a good position, I think, going into pack 2. Yeah. So let's do pack 2, pick 1. So here we have Hour Eater. Ooh. So Hour Eater is really cool. 4 mana, 12/12, where it gets -X, where X is your life total. So if you play it when you're still at 20 life, then it's a -8, and dies right away. But the good news is, when it dies, you may have target creature get -12 until
oh man, that's nasty.
So it's either a really good creature in the late game or a decent kill spell in the early game. So,
wow, yeah, we gotta take that.
That might be a reason to go black. Let's see what else we have here, just to see. Ancestral Shaman, relive another creature, sure. Death's Emissary, sure. Wolf Rider Scout, sure. Autumn Warlock. Yeah, Autumn Warlock, we'd love to pick one up, but I don't think we're going to pick it up over a good rare.
Yeah, so. that rare is just way too good.
Yeah. All right, yeah, it's going to be Hour Eater. All right, so let's take that, put it here, and let's go to the next pick. All right, for the next pick, for rare, we have Honey Hole. So play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play the top card of your library. If it's a land, you may play lands from your graveyard. So that's just a lot of lands, dipping your hand right into the honey. So that's actually kind of works well with the timber creatures, because then you can sacrifice lands and still play them from your graveyard.
It's land recycling,
It is land recycling, but I don't know if we're going to be green. All right, let's take a look at Sparkler Mage, Timber. Beginning of each player's end step, that player sacrifices an untapped land. So if you... This kind of is cool, because if you don't want to sacrifice a land, you just tap all your lands, and it forces your opponent to kind of either sacrifice a land or tap all their lands, so that way they can't keep instants up during your turn.
That's a really good card.
Yeah, it is a 1/1 though, but with Timber it can get kind of big. We have Winter Charm, which we're pretty far from playing, Beatrix's Envoy, Cold Truth, another Deadly Prank, Harvest Pyre, Pumpkin Ritual. So create a jack-o'-lantern, it has Gravestorm, whatever. Snow-covered waste, Snowy Griffin, Underbush Boar, Winter Wisp, and we're back to Honey Hole. So this is between Honey Hole and Sparkler Mage. I don't think we're gonna go green though.
Yeah, I would go personally. I'd go for the Sparkler Mage.
Yeah, Sparkler Mage seems kind of cool. I think we should try it out, see what it's like. Could make for some interesting game states and strategy. So.
Yeah, and the art is very 90s-ish, so I kind of like that.
That's the tiebreaker. All right, we have Goblin Bard. Haste. Whenever it attacks, the next spell you cast this turn costs 1 less.
That's not good. That's a good one, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. We could play this on 3. We play a couple things earlier. Yeah, that's not bad. Although it gets blocked very easily.
Yes, but...
You also have Take Root, which is just whatever. Count Chocula, which is fine. Another Deadly Prank. Eternal Journey, Moondance, Patrick Zombie, Peppermint Knight, Remember, TikToker, and Trickery Vulture. So this is basically between Goblin Bard and Deadly Prank.
Take the Bard!
Yeah, I think we might as well take it just to see what it's like.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen that card played, so...
Yeah, I mean, I want to try these cards out just to see what... I mean, Deadly Prank is obviously going to be strong all the time no matter what, but let's try it out and see what it's like.
Yeah.
Alright, for next pick we have Gellied Shackles, Love in the Air, Cold Trail, 4C, Countryside Giant.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a very good one. Gourd Grenade. We don't have enough Jack-o'-lanterns for that yet.
Mm.
Crown Jackalope, Stoic Builder, Wise Wolf, and Pollinate. So basically our only pick here is Countryside
Giant.
I love Pollinate, but we are not in the colors for that. So take a Countryside Giant and go to the next pick. Flutter, Love in the Air, Stellar Song. We've seen a lot of populate this draft. Ooh, Twinkle, Remember, Sugar Plum Fairy, Forest Fire, and Bark Break. So Bark Break, if red was spent to cast it, creature gains double strike. If green, you put a +1/+1 counter.
That's not bad.
Combo!
Yeah, Wombo combo.
So basically our only picks here are Forest Fire, which is just, it's like the worst card to synergize with Timber, or Bark Break. I mean, I'd love Bark Break if it was an instant, but it's a sorcery. But I feel like at least we have a chance of playing this, whereas we're hopefully not going to play Forest Fire.
Take the one we have a chance of playing.
So we'll take Bark Break, and we'll
I don't like picking dead cards.
I mean, it's not a dead card, it's just not as great as Timber Enabler as we'd hope to pick up. Alright, let's take a look at the next pack here. We have an Apothecary, Oaklaw's Reindeer, Chronicle, Impermanence, Remember, Wise Wolf, Field Creeper, and Winter Wonderland. Yeah, easy Winter Wonderland. Yeah. Easy Winter Wonderland for some mana fixing. Alright, let's go to the next pick. And we have Impermanence, Sugar Plum Fairy, Midsummer Pilgrim, Mountain Bear, Campfire, Icicle Shards, and Time Shift.
None of these are good.
Yeah, none of these are very good.
Take the Mountain Bear!
No, I'm not going to take Mountain Bear because it's double green, but I will take the Midsummer Pilgrim because it's a single green. There's a small chance that...
And it's a 1-drop, and it's pump, so...
Yeah, can never go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go to the next pick. We've seen a lot of Centaur Apothecaries.
These are like...
Spite Sprite. Unhallow. What's Unhallow? Oh, okay, that's just strictly sideboard. Another Timber one.
Yes.
Burn Willow Dryad. Good for in the green-red Timber, but I think we're kind of like black-red Timber.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just take another Timber Horn here.
Timber Horn is so good.
It is very good if it gets out of control or in the early game. Although if in the later game and whatnot, or if you don't want to be sacrificing lands, then it can be a bit of a scary card. Yeah. Firefly, Fireside Tales. That's a good one. Goblin Pathcutter is also a good one. Turkriva. Alright, so we have a couple picks here. So Firefly seems unassuming, but if our opponent doesn't have any flyers, then we can like pump this to be like a 5-1 or a 4-1, get in for some damage.
Yeah, that can really get out of hand.
Fireside Tail is also very good. We can just build up some lands in our hand and then just like discard 2 cards, discard 2 lands, trigger our Timber creatures and draw 3 cards. Or if we have no cards in hand, it's just a 3-mana draw 3. Mm-hmm. So seems pretty good if we're an aggressive deck. Pathcutter, it seems like we're not going to be playing green. I mean, we do have a Winter Wonderland, so we might, but I don't want to take another one since we already have one of these, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Turkey Vulture is just whatever. So I'd say it's between Firefly and Fireside Tales. I think I'm going for the Fireside Tales.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Because if we're aggressive, then we might be able to empty our hand very quickly, and that's just going to be a super powerful card.
Yeah, and getting some lands in our graveyard that triggers Timber,
yeah,
so...
Exactly. Alright, so next we have Roll Heads. It's fine. Autumn Warlock, ooh, nice. Gather Firewood and Light of Spring, easy Autumn Warlock.
Yes, we've been waiting for that to come around.
Yeah, so that gives us some jack-o'-lanterns and whatnot, so seems pretty good. Let's go to the next pick.
Get them pumpkins.
Getting down to the last bits here. Life Speaker, Firewood Elemental.
Ooh.
Another Timber, yeah, easy Firewood Elemental.
Absolutely.
And let's go to the next pick. We got another Countryside Giant, or Sundering Growth for the sideboard. I think we'll just take the Countryside Giant.
Yeah.
And our last pick is going to be...
Hey!
Snow-covered forest, great. All right, cool.
It's for the pilgrim.
Yeah, that's it for the pilgrim.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just reset all this, and then we can take a look at what we have before we go into the pack 3. So we're really heavy red. Definitely heavy red. We got finally an Autumn Warlock for the Fall Devil, so that's nice. I hope maybe we won't end up playing this. Currently we have how many cards here? So we have 26. Yeah, we have 3 Timberhorns, and it's looking like we're going to be doing mostly just mono red with splashing black. Maybe we'll go deeper in black.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what rares we're seeing in these next couple packs.
I mean, the only other green that we have is like the other side of Barkbreak and Midsummer Pilgrim, so green isn't looking too great. So yeah, I think we'll probably be going mostly mono red with a little black. So we'll see in this next pack whether we want to just kind of stay red. Maybe there's a chance we go mono red if that happens, or if we want to go deeper into black or green if we open a bomb green rare. So we might have some tough decisions to make in this final pack.
Let's see what we're getting.
All right, let's go. So pack 1, we have Solunar. So that's an easy no. I mean, we could cast him in black, but whenever it enters the battlefield in the library, exile top card, another creature dies. I mean, he's fine if we're going to be playing black.
Yeah, we don't really want to be exiling top cards of our library, though, simply because of Timber, so...
That's true, but we do get card advantage when our creatures die, and if we're playing in an aggressive deck, then our creatures are going to die. If we're either going to be trading off, or we're going to be sending them in to die against our opponent's stuff.
I don't think it's going to happen as often as you'd want it to.
Well, let's see what else we have here. So, Brushfire Elder, discard a land card, draw a card. Wow, that's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Another Goblin Bard, Mysterious Past. Okay, that's kind of interesting. We have for the commons, we have Jackalope, Firefly, Foresee, Griefkeeper, Howl of Spring, Moondance, Spite Sprite, Stoic Builder, and Underbrush Boar. So this is basically between Solunar and
the Elder.
Brushfire Elder.
Take the Elder, dude. That is fascinating.
I mean, that is really good. It basically prevents you from getting flooded, 100%. You are not going to get flooded if you have this guy.
Yeah, and you're going to set off Timber.
And it sets off Timber. Yeah, I mean, Solinar's fine. He wasn't even that impressive in the game where we had like all the relive synergies though, so let's take the Brushfire Elder and see what happens with that. Alright, so let's go into... Still, if we had taken Solunar though, like we said before, then that might make us more black, but now with the Brushfire Elder, we're just still solidly mono red with a little bit of black. So for our rare, our final rare, we got Lost in the Snow, which is unplayable in our deck, unfortunately. And then we got Summer Charm for an uncommon, which is whatever. Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat's good.
Trick or Treat's good if we're going to be aggressive, so we'll see what else there is.
And we are.
We are aggressive. Centaur Bloom, Cold Truth, Flourish, Love in the Air, Lumberjack Axe. Lumberjack Axe is nice. Snow-Covered Plains, Springland Stag, Unhollow, and Winter Wisp. So this is basically between Trick or Treat and... where is it?
The Axe.
The Axe. We do have a lot of little...
Well, see, the thing is, we'd have to sack a forest for that.
Oh, that's a good call. Sacrifice a forest. So yeah, we're probably not going to be playing any forest in this deck. So I think that makes
Trick or Treat a no-brainer.
So Trick or Treat, most of the time is just going to be a 3-mana deal 5. But our deck is so aggressive that that's probably fine. And if worst comes to worst, if they let us search up something, then what can we can search up like Hour Eater or whatever and cast that. So yeah, seems pretty good. Yeah, let's take Trick or Treat.
Yeah, nobody wants to take that 5 damage. But nobody wants to get that.
Well, I think they'll take the 5 damage unless they're going to die from it, is how it'll probably go. Alright, we have Doorway to Spring, lets you populate, not for us. Harbinger Hair.
Yes, Harbinger.
Not bingin'.
Yep.
Centaur Apothecary, Cold Trail, Frighten, Howl of Spring, Impermanence, Timberhorn,
Jeez.
Twinkle, Village Lumberjack, and Winter Wisp. So I was going to say, oh wow, great, easy Frighten, but another Timberhorn? Ooh.
Yes, please.
If we can have 4 Timberhorns?
That's sick.
That's super aggressive. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and take another Timberhorn. I mean, it's a little bit risky because that means we might end up sacrificing a lot of lands, but who cares if you sacrifice all your lands if your opponent is dead?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Alright, so last uncommon, we have Vicious Cycle. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then relive it.
That might be a good pick.
Kind of cool. Do we have any, like, enters the battlefield synergies? If we do it on Warlock, then we get
more
4
Jack-o'-lanterns,
tokens. So that's kind of cool. Countryside Giants, okay. Doesn't work on Goblin Pathcutter because you have to spend mana. Yeah, doesn't work there. Yeah, we don't have a ton of like relive synergies though. Oh,
Yeah.
ooh, we do have Clockwood Guardian. So this would enter the battlefield and die.
Yes.
So if there's nothing else in this pack, maybe we'll take it. Alright, we have Cold Trail, Forest Fire, Gellied Shackles, Gourd Goblin. Gourd Goblin's not bad. Hollow Gordling. Oh, that's not bad too.
Yeah,
Lost
that's actually
Hours,
good.
North Winds, Sundering Growth, and Winter Wonderland. So it's going to be between Vicious Cycle, Hollow Gordling, and Gourd Goblin. I think Gourd Goblin's probably the weakest of those.
Yeah, it's absolutely the weakest.
Because we don't have a ton of Jack-o'-lantern synergies. We might not even be playing these Fall Devils, so...
Yeah.
So it's either going to be between Hollow Gording, which is a 3-mana 3/3 menace. That's super aggressive. Although we already do have these 4 Timberhorns on 3 that we want to be casting, so I don't know. Or Vicious Cycle, but Vicious Cycle's 5 mana, and we only have a couple cards that really synergize with it. I mean, obviously if we can get it on the Clockwood Guardian, it's just insane. But what else does it work with? I mean,
there's the
oh, there's also the Hour Eater.
Yeah, there's Hour Eater,
Yeah,
and then there's
that's
like
true.
there's like there are a couple cards that it works with. So
Yeah.
it's a hard
This
decision.
is a hard decision. So this will bring us more into black. But if we're gonna be playing Hour Eater, it's the double black card. We're gonna have to be playing kind of heavy black anyway.
Take the
so
Cycle.
Hollow Gordling or Cycle.
Yeah, plus Cycle's an uncommon. That's definitely not going to come back.
Yeah,
and
that's
there's
true.
always and since there's still a bunch of commons left, there's a chance we might see another.
Yeah, so we'll end up taking that there, and kind of the tiebreaker is Hollow Gordling is a 3-drop, and we already have all these other 3-drops that we want to be casting.
Yeah.
It's just going to fight for the 3-drop space, whereas if we have a couple high-end cards, like a couple 5-drops, maybe like 2 or 3, then that'd be a really good, powerful endgame spell. And if we can do it on something like this, it's just going to end the game.
Exactly.
Alright, let's go to our next pick. Headless Horseman, Roll Heads, Squash Skeleton, Gourd Grenade, Timberhorn,
We already have too many.
Frighten, Garden Golem, and Snow Covered Racer.
Well, I'd say this one's an easy Frighten then.
Yeah, do we want 5 Timberhorns?
No, only
Oof.
4, only 4.
Why only 4?
Because that's the limit.
Alright, well, what removal do we have? We have Hour Eater and Bleeding Earth.
We have 2 Countryside Giants?
Yeah, it's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
And we have... No, that's not removal. We have Deadly Prank and Frighten and Go... Oh, so we do have a decent amount of removal. I don't think we need the Frighten then. I think we have a decent amount of removal. I mean, Garden Golem is actually insane because it lets us search for a land card, put it into play as a 3-mana 2/2. I mean, this card should obviously be changed. Compare it to Wood Elves, that's a 2 and a green, and it's a 1/1, and it only lets you do this for a forest, so it's just kind of insane.
Alright, well then maybe a Golem it is.
Yeah, it's either going to be Golem or Timberhorn, but I think with all the land sacrificing that we have, Garden Golem's just going to help us out.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. Like it searches you a land to feed to the Timberhorns,
Exactly. Alright, so let's go on to get into our last picks here. Aether Freeze, Autumn Warlock, Fall Devil, Harrow, Burn Willow Dryad would be great if we were green, but we're probably not, so I think this is easy Autumn Warlock. So we'll go ahead and take that. Next pick. Alright, we have Winter Wayfarer, Chronicle, Cold Truth, Grief Keeper, Fireside Tales, Light of Spring, Lunacy. I think it's Fireside Tales. We don't have any synergies with Grief Keeper or anything, so...
Yeah, I really don't.
Alright. Next pick. Getting down to the 6 cards here. Winter Wayfarer, Clockstopper, Night-Size Scribe, Timberhorn.
No more Timberhorns. Deadly Prank is the easy pick right there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have 4 Timberhorns.
Yeah, you don't need more than 4.
Right,
Come
Deadly
on.
Prank.
As good as it is.
If we see another one, though. Alright, what do we get here? Beaches Envoy, Eternal Journey, North Winds, Turkery Vulture, Snow-Covered Waste. I guess we'll just take another Turkery.
Gobble, gobble.
Getting to the easy picks here, but whatever. Our deck is starting to come to life.
Yeah.
Alright, we have Winter Wisp, Centaur Bloom, Tweak Elder, Lumberjack Axe.
Oh my god.
Guess we'll just take the Axe. 'Cause why not?
Boo.
Yeah, it's not great, but worst comes to worst, we might want to sideboard it in for something for our Jack-o'-lanterns to pick up. So Blizzard Wizard, New Moon Eidolon, Hollow Spring, the only thing we'd even play is this, but we're hopefully not going to. And the last 2 picks, 2 commons, Winter Wayfarer, Wise Wolf.
Take the wolf.
I know, we'll take the wolf, I guess. And the last pick is...
Be the gourd.
Be a Timberhorn. Centaur Vulture. Of course. All right.
Of course, it's the one that we've seen the most of this draft.
Yep, so here is our draft deck right here. As you can see, we currently have 39 cards. So we need to whittle this down to 23, and then we will be able to build a deck. So let's go through it. Take out the obvious ones like Centaur Apothecary, Lost Hours. I just don't think we're going to be doing that.
Yeah.
It's a great... It is good in like the aggressive stuff, but we're hopefully not going to be playing many black cards. Just our bombs, like not New Moon Eidolon, just like Vicious Cycle and Hour Eater. And this, you'd have to cast this like early for it to be good, and we might not have black early, so I think we'll get rid of that. Autumn Warlock's good, Bleeding Earth's good, Countryside Giant good, Fall Devils, whatever.
Yeah.
Fireside Tales, I don't think we're going to play 2 of those. Goblin Bards, whatever. Goblin Pathcutter. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be playing this, unfortunately.
Yeah. Bummer.
So, I mean, we do have the Winter Wonderland, but we're already going to be playing heavy dedicated to black with all the black things, so... Goblin Bard, Sparkler Mage, 4 Timberhorns, Trick or Treat, Midsummer Pilgrim, yes, sorry, Wise Wolf, no, Deadly Pranks, sure. Bark Break, if we were playing green maybe, but just having red for sorcery speed, Double Strike, not so great. Brushfire Elder's fine, Firewood Elemental, I mean, that works well with Timberhorn. It could be on the chopping block, though.
Yeah.
Frighten is good since we have both modes. Go Mad is fine. Springland's Tag, no thank you. Turkey Vulture, hopefully won't play 2 of these.
Yeah.
Clockwood Guardian's great, it's just a 4-mana 4/4. Garden Golem, no Lumberjack Axe.
No Forest.
And no Snow-Covered Forest. And Winter Wonderland will play, but it's just -1 here, so we're at 28.
Okay, so we need to make like 4 cuts. 5 cuts, maybe.
Yeah, either 4 or 5 cuts. So, I mean, we're not... Our most expensive cards are Turkey Vulture, and what other 5s do we have? Vicious Cycle. So if we're going to top out at 5, and most of our cards are like 3s or, well, 4s or whatever, maybe we could get away with playing 16? I don't know. Let's take a look at what we have here. So we need to make at least 4 cuts, though. So that much is true. So Hour Eater and Vicious Cycle are basically our reasons for playing black, so I think we're going to keep those in.
We're not going to get rid of those.
Although, to be fair, we could cut Hour Eater, Vicious Cycle, and probably Frighten, and maybe 1 more card, and then just basically be mono red. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, Hour Eater is just so good, and so is Vicious Cycle. I mean, there's a reason that we picked them, and there's a reason that they're here.
There is a reason that we picked them, but I'm just saying, we could cut 1, 2...
Yes, that would make it easy to cut.
3, and maybe just 1 more whatever, and we'd have a mono red deck, no mana problems whatsoever. That means we wouldn't even have to play this Winter Wonderland.
We're not gonna have mana problems. We're 2 colors!
Well, here's the thing. Is we're playing a double black card. If Hour Eater was 3 and a black, yeah, that'd be fine. But for this, to even cast this, then we need a double black. Although, to be fair, we do have 2 Autumn Warlocks, which help us.
Exactly.
So that makes me feel a little better. Alright, so let's see what else we have here that we can cut.
I think we might be able to cut one of the giants.
Yeah, Countryside Giant, when enters the battlefield, reveal the top card. If it's a land card, put it in your graveyard and repeat this process. If it's not a land card, then basically you just look at the top card of your library.
Yeah.
And your opponent also sees it.
I guess there's... Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, and then there's just the Fall Devils. I mean,
yeah, the Fall Devils. Fall Devil, and where is the Goblin Bard? I mean, Goblin Bard...
Goblin Bard's pretty good.
It is fine, but
it's definitely
if our opponent has a 1/2 out or a 2/2, then we can't really attack with him.
Then it's garbage.
Then it's just garbage, yeah. I mean, we could always just, keep killing our opponent's creatures with things like Deadly Pranks or Frighten or whatever, and hopefully he gets in, but he just seems so mediocre. Although if we're going to be playing all these I don't think we're going to be playing all these Turkey Vultures, are we? Man, this is a tough build. Alright, well, let's take a look at some of the more medium cards that we have here. So I don't think we need 2 Fall Devils since we only have... Those really work well with the Jack-o'-lanterns, and we only have 2 cards that make Jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, I mean, we also have in terms of 1-drops, we have the Brushfire Elder as well. So
we do a Brushfire Elder, and we also have the Goblin Bard.
Yeah,
Alright, let's get rid of 1 Fall Devil. And I think we should... how many Timber Creatures do you have? This is the nice thing about doing it here. Well, we do have a ton of Timber Creatures.
Yeah.
But this one lets us sacrifice things every turn. These guys let us sacrifice things every turn. This one doesn't do anything. But the Countryside Giant, it's just... Again, if we don't reveal a land card, it's just a 4-mana 3/3, which is just bleh. So I think we can get rid of 1 of those at least.
Yeah, at least.
What else do we have here? And Turkey Vulture, I mean... We want to keep our curve low. I don't mind playing 1, but I don't want to play 2. So this brings us down to 25 cards. And what else do we have? Oh, Fireside Tales.
Yeah, we don't need 2 of those.
Playing 2 is a little risky. Yeah. So I think we can cut that down to 1. Then that's 24. And let's sort by converted mana cost. So we have one 5-drop. This 5-drop we wouldn't play until super late in the game anyway. We can probably just get away with 16 lands here. What do you think?
I agree with you. I mean, we're only 2 colors, and we have a Winter Wonderland and
Although,
stuff to...
with 16 lands, we do run the risk of Timberhorn sacrificing us out of lands. So let's see, is there one more card we can cut?
I mean, do we need 4 Timberhorns?
A Timberhorn is like the reason we're playing this deck. So.
Okay, alright, so we won't get rid of those, but maybe, how about, do we really need Fall Devil?
Yeah, Fall Devil just doesn't seem that great.
Yeah.
I mean, again, with Autumn Warlock, it's fine, but what's it going to do? It's just going to attack and it's going to trade with like a 3/3 or something?
Yeah, it's just not that good. I mean, like, yeah, it's a 1-drop, but we have better 1-drops.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, I mean, I'd much rather have an extra land in our deck to help with the Timberhorns and all the timber synergies we've got.
I think it's going to be between Fall Devil and Goblin Bard, but I'm kind of interested to see how Goblin Bard works.
I am too. So I'd just go to the Fall Devil.
Because with Goblin Bard, we have a lot of removal. We have the Deadly Pranks, we have the Frightens, we have the Gomads, so, Goblin Bard might get in for a lot of attacks. Yeah. And if he does, then we can cast our Turkey Vultures for cheap, Garden Golem for cheap, Clockwood Guardian for cheap, Hour Eater for cheap, and if we can do that, then...
Yeah, I mean, and plus, if your opponent isn't playing anything else and you have a turn 1 Goblin Bard, then... your spells are going to cost you...
Also, it does have haste, so
that's going to help you out immensely in getting stuff down quick.
So and if our opponent has things that they can block with, we can always sideboard it out.
Exactly.
But alright, so here we are, the -1 card for 24th. This is 23 cards, so this is our deck. This is the deck that I'll be playing during the draft matches.
You have a good deck.
Yeah, you're kind of jealous, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very jealous. So I love aggressive decks.
Abby and I will do another draft, and she'll play that deck during our matches, and then we'll slam the decks together and see what happens.
I'm so scared.